Okay, so I decided to record some of this just because I was backtesting. I'm doing decently well, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I'm gonna unpause it. This is kind of just going over Friday's price action of last week, and yeah, really quick market entry, stop underneath the low. There's a zone here, tapped in, doji, respected, and so I'm hoping to at least get like 4 or 5 points out of it. 200 on the dot, and we'll exit. There you go. Little scalp, 1-to-1, tapped into the zone. Took profit at, like, I guess what some people ICT calls it, like a breaker or whatever, because we did have a double top here, or it wicked the highs, and it's going to continue lower most likely. So ultimately I'm looking to just follow this lower, and so taking longs in a bearish market or a temporarily bearish market, it's not what I'm looking to do. As for the 1 minute / 2 minute, there is a 2 minute zone sitting up here around 44. So if I do short, I'm going to short into this and then ultimately look to follow this long a little bit longer. Long term, long, medium term, short term, short. And so I just want a confirmation to look for shorts a little bit longer. So tapped in this zone, pushed up, bearish zone right here. If this gets respected, then maybe we can go a little bit higher, but ultimately I'm looking to see this get invalidated to continue short down to at least like a 47 level, which is a little bit above where the 2 minute zone is. So tapped into the bullish zone right here, failed to break above this high. Basically it's rejecting, and so I'm hoping to see this kind of break this low or give a 5-second zone here or a 10-second zone to see this go lower. Respected this 5-second zone. You could enter short here with stops above up here. Ultimately I would just enter from stuff like this right here, because this zone can work, but it also can reach for the higher one. That's just kind of how it works. You could take a breakout for this low to see lower prices taking out this low, but I'm looking to take the short. Stop loss would be above right here, 6 contracts in, and I don't know if we're gonna see that just yet. It's kind of fucking around. We don't see this zone tapped. Again, you could take the breakout here, but this is the high that's protected for me. Tapped into this zone, after it tapped into this one, failed to break higher, so this is giving sort of bearish intent. Targets, everything is mitigated for me on the left. You could target this low ultimately, and that's probably what I'm actually gonna do. The last target could be this 77 level, but there's no guarantee as we're going up. Price doesn't need to retrace, but I guess support resistance is right here, so targeting that makes the most sense. And so yeah, this kind of validated all my bearish bias. We're just gonna see if this does break down again, and I'm just gonna kind of wait. Honestly, this breaks lower, I'm gonna move. Okay, I took another short. I'm gonna cover this high for the majority of that short stop loss. The rest are gonna be up here, and so I'm trying to scale into the position to continue lower, trying to stack the odds in my favor, because we're slowly like respecting this high, push up, rejects heavily, high volume. I mean, everyone saw that, and this is a little intermediate pullback again, just like there, high volume. You could enter a short here to cover this high, but it keeps wicking the low. I'm just gonna sit with the positions that I have now. And yeah, if we get tagged out of that, that's fine. We're still in these 2 positions, but ultimately consolidation usually leads to a big drop or a big push up. And yeah, we're gonna just see what happens. If that low gets taken, okay, wait for the candle close. Again, it wicked, so I'm not interested. And that's how you scale positions, covering highs and getting good like scale ins that match kind of like your short-term bias, because ultimately in this zone I don't expect to see I don't expect to see this much action in this. So we did get taken out of, actually whoops, we should have been taken out of almost all our positions except for the 3 that I took, so I'm gonna get out of those because I didn't put a stop loss in the right spot. I'm just gonna wait. Still in the two positions. These entries I should still be in, and these two I should have been out in. That's just me not paying attention. Okay, we see that. Re-entry would be here, cover the high, buy stop there. I don't know if we're gonna get that, but we'll see. Yeah, this is 5-second trading for y'all. And then you see the push up. Let's see where it kind of goes. We could take a breakout back to take out the low. I missed it, but I was gonna look for something like that, and we get out of all the trades. And yeah, we can take continuations lower. Fuck, I should have held that, but it is what it is. So starting to look long in the 44 area, kind of right around here. Two scenarios: we get a minor break up or some sort of rejection, but ultimately, like, I'm looking for some sort of rejection in this 44 to like 35 area, so like down to like here. Could take shorts still. I'm long bias long term, so I'm expecting this zone to get tapped and to keep running higher. I took a lot of scalps here simply because of like the double top area we rejected heavily. So let's see what happens. A sell zone right here, got rejected pretty high, tapped into here, fell off. So there's no confirmation really to go long. There was this short originally too, but taking a short in a bullish higher time frame zone is usually a no-go for me. Volume is speeding up too, so still looking at the 2 minute. Still valid for me, barely, but is what it is. Still inside of that wick, I believe. Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's see what happens. See how it kind of respects this low, or if it doesn't respect it at all. See, this is a bullish zone right here, 5 second. See how this kind of works. If it gets respected, then we can see kind of the bearish intent switching to bullish. Okay, there's still this bearish zone right here. So if it taps into here and can't break the low, then I'll look long. Or if it wicks the low, I'll look long. Or if it breaks the high, comes back into a bullish zone, then I'll also look long. So a lot of different long opportunities. I'm only going to take 1 or 2 trades here because this zone can ultimately just get ran lower because we have shot up. If this high gets broken out of this candle, I'm long. Right there. Wicks the low. If we see a push up above there, stops will be beneath this candle low. It does tag us in. First TP, if we look, this is mitigated. This zone got tapped in. This zone didn't get tapped into. This zone barely missed the tap in. So buy stop here if we get anything else. So wick the low, push up, come back, 5 second zone. Could have entered right here. I was missing it. I didn't pay attention to it. Yeah, I'm gonna exit first position here. Let's take out all these other positions because I don't want to accidentally get tapped in. Whoa. Last TP would be right at like 54, 55 out. Holy, I just missed most of that, but it is what it is. 1 minute or 2 minute zone got tapped in. The low is right here. Wick rejection, solid doji is super good. That's what you want to see. Yeah. You could take a short scalp right here. I'm not going to take shorts, especially into this volume, but you see all these like sideways movements, like sideways like price, it tends to wick highs and then go back down. I'll take a short scalp bullish here, see what happens. If it takes out this zone, that's fine. But trying to follow this more bullish. Stop loss is like 5 or 6 points. We'll get out here if it does hit. Doesn't look like it is, but still waiting, still valid. Normally I would break even here. I don't know if that's exactly a 1-to-1, but I usually move stops to break even at 1-to-1. I'm gonna go break even depending on how this candle close. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that's a short scalp. If we see this push lower, it's gonna be from 360. Let's take out my stop loss right here because I don't want to be shorting. Let's go on the 10 second. yeah, nothing really. You could look 10-second at 347. Ideally it would be like here. I'm up a good bit. Stop loss is pretty tight here. But ultimately you don't want to look for this bottom zone, but in high volume areas where it shoots up, it doesn't usually come back here. Tapped in this zone, wicked this low right here, which is sort of similar to the entry that I took right here. Could have taken on the breakout high, but you might have been stopped out. If not, you're a break even. But again, 10-second, let's see what that looks like. 5 seconds is, take a stab at the short here. If it does come back up here, just to kind of get into this area. Again, I'm also cutting counter trend stuff, so nothing is guaranteed, especially with this high volume. So this is obviously way more risky than taking a buy of any sort. Sorry for all the weird executions. There's a shit ton of arrows. But yeah, this is how I scalp day to day. I'm gonna keep my limits still there. It should be up here, but if I miss it, I miss it. It's whatever. I'm not gonna switch. I'd rather have a tighter stop and miss the entry than not get it. Like, I'd rather just miss the trade entirely, because sometimes it will just tap the very high point right here to the tick, and then it goes and I miss it, but it is what it is. Anyways, volume and balance right here. Stops at the high. Normally you'd cover one extra tick because this is backtesting. You don't need to, but for the sake of it, I'm going to, just so it's a little bit more realistic. Because no one would trade $50,000, $60,000 like this. Tap in. If we take this trade, I'm simply looking for a take profit around here. Still didn't tap into this. Probably tapped into the 10-second. If this is a loss, it's probably going to be a rather quick loss. It's probably just going to shoot through it. But it's valid on the 10-second as well, right here. These lows in front of my zone tends to take out lows before tapping into a zone, which is valid. I don't like immediate shots up like this and then taking zones like this. I like to see a lot of play around it, slower volume, right above, like right before my zone. So this would be a great short if it was a bearish market. We're most likely going to get taken out just based on that. It's my 1-to-1 would be down here. Yep. Right. Should have taken it earlier. But bullish zone right here. This is the best place to take profit. I should have set a limit here to do this because you can expect this. If this thing trades below, I'm gonna go short again. Or stop loss above the high. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Stopped out, that's fine. I thought that this was gonna go a little bit lower to go down here. It didn't. Again, bearish zone right here, could tap into. I don't like taking big ass zones like this, so I'll take a doji rejection and then like price trading below this, and then our stop will be above whatever. Small stops, and I'll scale in if it does. No, it doesn't look like it's gonna hold. Yeah, could still hold, but it's pretty high in the zone. Yeah, there you go. So I did take a little bit of a loss here, like P&L wise, probably like a few $100. Go up to this top. If it trades doji, take a stop right there. Simply because that's the highest point of the zone. Take a quick 1-to-1, and then we can just call it. Don't like the way this candle's closing. It is what it is. I'm up a good bit on the demo, but this is like how I trade it. Take profit down here. Buy limit. Because if we take this loss, it's just because it's high volume and we're just gonna run the highs. Okay. Top zone tapped into perfectly. P&L like 225, something little. Ultimately, I expect this high to get ran. Yeah. Long opportunities. It's kind of weird. I love the trade chop. I was a little bit away from here, but um, I love trading choppy price action. I know people hate it, but for me, there's a lot of opportunities. Let's go on the 10-second. Let's just monitor. Ultimately, like top 2 minute looks huge doji, huge volume. That high is probably gonna get taken. 10-second, there is a zone here. Well, on the 5-second, how does that look? Oh, it's this. We'll buy limit it. Just kind of see sell stop right there. Spread doesn't take you out of buys. It just fucks up your entries. If you're like an average trader, like taking this sell is quote unquote valid if you're very high conviction that it's going to come down here. But I mean, there you go. In balance, your 1-to-1, your stop loss is simply like almost 2 points right here. Take partial at 65. Honestly, I should have entered on 6 contracts because stop loss is pretty small. But I mean, we could see high a day here. I'm gonna wait to see how this candle closes. If it pushes above, you can, yep, there you go. So stop for that trade down there. Doji rejection tapped in. We're looking for high day. Super bullish market. Could work. I'm gonna take this one really quickly off. That's fine. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. 10 seconds. It's all about risk management. Ultimately, zone here. Let's take sell stop. Oh, that's actually great. Love to see that. Immediately in price. We'll see. I want to see a little bit of a pullback, and then I'll add on a rejection, like a little 1 or 2 candles down. Damn. Take 2 off. So, as is a bearish zone. But ultimately, I'm expecting this to get respected. This comes back here. We'll sell limit once more for 3, or buy limit, sorry. Let's get this out. I'm going to get a quick 1-to-1 here on that. If it does hit, doesn't, and then we should be out completely. Now we just wait. Wicks the low. Would have been a great entry if it trades above. See, it took profit before the zone, and that's where it reacted and came down. I'm just gonna sit and wait. Still valid.
61,000.
Yes, sir, dude. We're popping off. Last place we could look is, if that is valid on the 10-second, probably not too much. What about 1 minute? How's that look? 1 minute around the 47 again. Or maybe we should check. That's 2 minute. 2 minute around the 47. I'll keep that in mind. Take a line. Mark it out right there so I can pay attention to it. This doesn't look like it's gonna hold. Sure, there was a little reaction, but we're going bearish, so I mean, until we see like around here, it's actually a great zone right here, right underneath lows. Big rejection. We're probably gonna see lows traded lower, at least a little bit. Maybe not. Who knows? I react. I don't guess. Was this zone still valid? It did actually trade to the tick on this zone. Pushed up, came back, imbalance 5-second. I would have been valid to take. I just missed it. There's literally nothing here. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit so we can hopefully not burn a ton of time. Oh, not taking anything here. I still expect we're gonna go a little bit lower. Slow this down a little bit. See what it does up here. It's too late. It would have already been at TP too. You're basically risking right here like almost a point to make like a point and a half or 2 points, which is more than a 1-to-1, which is fine. That's if you bottom and top ticked it. Last area genuinely is you could aim for a little 1-to-1 here, stop there. That's pretty high risk. So you just take less money on it. So I'll limit there. Yeah, that's fine. Oops. Let's take that away. Now I'm not interested until 46, unless we get a good range to sell off of, which would be up here at 58. But we will see. To do but to speed this up a little bit. Oh, missed that. Well, I say speed it up and then I miss it. We should be out of that. Depending on how this prints. So buy stop there, immediately taken out for 130 bucks. Again, buy stop. Immediately taken out for another 100 bucks. Now we wait again. See how the 1 minute closes up here. Or the 2 minute, sorry. Wicks that high up there. It breaks it fine. Holy, yeah. Nothing to really do. I'm also looking around here on the 2 minute higher time frame. Damn, should have just bought and held. It's only got 15 minutes, and let's see. Wow, a whole lot of nothing. Uh, 5 second, they're looking bearish with the high on the 10 second as well. High spot, looking to take out this whole entire thing, looking for this not to hold, and then depending if it breaks right here, you could buy stop again, or sell stop, sorry. Cover the high. Where do we want to see? That's probably around 373. You can scale in even more here. Cover the high. If it does come up here, I don't think it will. Barely misses. I'm gonna get out of the trade all fully, like right here. Actually, I'm gonna get out of every contract, but 2. Oh my god, the drop. X in the 2 minute zone. Let's drop this time frame a little lower. It's like normal. So now we're in a 2 minute zone. On the 5 second, looking long here, bullish long term. You also can look at the bottom one. I'm just gonna follow 5 second to see if this gets respected or doesn't. Let's wait to see how 1 minute closes as well. Wow. Wait to see how the 2 minute closes then. Let's see what happens. 10 second, it gets tapped. Let's see. One minute's closing still pretty terribly. Let's see if it. See if it fails to break lower, comes up. I'm deleting this really quick. Does fail, you can take a small stab at this long, but it's gonna be a little crazy. Small stab, stops underneath the low. Ultimately, I assume this is gonna get tapped and it's gonna reverse, but tap the 10 second right here. We just switch to the other time frame, tack 10 second to the tick. Let's see. Clicked high, could go short here, stop at the top. Whoa, okay, wait, this is good. Alright, on the limit here, stop right below that, limit the bottom one as well. Basically like $100 risk, and depending on the rejection is dependent on whether buy to sell wicks. Could take a short here. I'm not gonna do that. I'm looking long as fuck. Is she gonna switch the line here? Change the stop loss to like right there. Switch it. Tap me in for one position. I might go lower. If it does, I'll be entered in the other one. Should be there instead. Rather have a wider stop than to miss the move completely. Let's see how this zone reacts. Depending on the candle, you could add into this. I'll add there, tapped into that. Oh, it didn't, but I'll add there anyways. Stop underneath the low, right here. Expecting the high to get taken. It doesn't, it doesn't. Take profit right here for the first. Sell limit. See how this closes. No. Enter again. Take the stop loss right here. That's fine. Not a big deal. Assuming we're just gonna break out to up here. Again. Underneath the low. Oh, big wick. Still staying long in the initial position. My bias hasn't changed. I'm still looking for ultimately like all the way up here, but and we wait. Come down here, I'll look long again. So we did tap in there. And lower we go, I guess. So this zone is probably gonna get ran like pretty damn soon. So I'm expecting this lower one to work. Ultimately, I think we're gonna go bearish off of all this stuff. But yeah, the zone's done. Getting stopped left and right. Welcome to the seconds trading. Depending on this works, I will either scale in or take out. Stop underneath the low for this as well. Because I did tap into my bottom zone. Yeah. Oops. Holy. Zone here, don't like how it closed. If this gets ran, you can scale in more, but again, look, it's unable to break the high. And then if we hold a runner, it'll be up until like 379. There we go. 379. Solomon. There. And I mean, we can expect price to probably bounce off. Took some highs. Buy stop there. Slow this down a bit. Check 10 seconds. Zone here. 5 second is the zone right here. Expect these highs to get taken. I expect to get up here. Maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. It's all just risk management. I want to see volume. This is just doing nothing. Normally I would scale in because it's going my direction, but the way price is moving is kind of weird. There's no volume on any of those candles. And yeah, I'm looking to go short off this 2 minute. I'm also going to confirm further in the 5 second. I'm just going to see. Long from here, long from the original spot. If we break this high, we can go long. And then stop underneath the low that it broke. But it's not looking so good. Waiting to see some volume, come on. Probably gonna get stopped out of this trade. Unless something miraculous happens. Still haven't reached our target. Reacting off of that candle, gap right there. It's pushing down. It's kind of like a wedge, ascending wedge or whatever. Do take this, then I'll be interested in stopping the low. Tagged out. As for this, that's not valid here. See how this closes before I even jump in, something like that. Not valid anymore. Let's go 10-second. Last place to go long is here. Still in the original trade as well. Expected this to get ran. Still targeting this high. A lot of sideways bullshit, but I love choppy markets. I'm expecting to get all this ran to go to this zone right here, and then I'll look to short. Could have scaled in right there at this candle. And there's the move. Cover the low again, target the highs. Scale in again, because tap this zone, cover the low again, boom, out of everything. We entered the short a little too late, but let's see what happens. The zone's still valid, my buy stops up here. Wicks the high. Still wicking? No. See what happens. If there is any entry, it wicks the high. If it comes back, stopped. Slowly scaling into this candle right here. Waiting to see what happens with this zone. Dropping. Another scaling right there. Stop up there. It does tag me in. I don't know if it will. Doesn't look like it will. Hope we're in. We target 67 for our first bit of cash. And then we target lows for the rest. Take 3 off. There. Target the lows for the rest. Down there. If there's any scale ins, I will take it. But I assume this was a wick high, comes back, retest. This failed to continue up after tapping a 2-minute zone. So scale in, limit there, stop there, missed it. By a tick. Is what it is. And now with high volume, you just want to sit in everything you possibly can. Take the low. Limit sell there. Let's go at 10 seconds just to see. It's valid. 1 tick above. Yeah, it looks like it's not gonna fill anything else. Last chance is this zone right here. Sell limit. 10 seconds. See what it looks like. It looks fine. Well, we're pretty much out of everything. So sell limit there. Oh, just kidding. We're out of that shit immediately. 10 second. Stop right there. Oh, it's going lower. Bye-bye. Zoom down. 1 hour, take it right there. We do. There you go. That's it.